What's up? What's going on?
What's up, everybody? Another happy Easter Sunday for all those that are celebrating.
Come on down this way. You look like you're
I've been kicked out of the show.
half your face is even in the show.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Those Two Nerds podcast, the Nerd Talk, whatever you want to call it, the guys that you like to hang out with on Sunday at 4 p.m. And I know we're a little late. That's why we kind of cut the intro a little short. But kind of crazy week, I guess. I mean, everything's still canceled. More things are getting canceled. Like UFC just finally got canceled.
Yeah.
Because apparently getting a private island and private jets is kind of hard to do right now. But thank you for the like, Trudy.
Thanks for the like, Trudy.
And Gary, thank you for the
And
like.
Gary, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, my Animal Crossing likes are still up, but I like them, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I ditched out on streams this week. No lie, I was busy.
I mean, it happens.
Because I was trying to set up some stuff for D&D, so I didn't do my Thursday night stream. And I didn't do my Saturday morning stream, because I was going to originally do a D&D stream Saturday night.
Yeah.
So for all of my fans out there that missed that, I apologize. I say that like I have people that watch me.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing that I picked up this week, I officially laid out a stream schedule for upcoming weeks. And I kind of even put on there tentative times where I may go longer, I may cut a little short, but I want to make sure I'm trying to produce content for you guys. Is that Tim Nation?
Domination 35 is now hosting our stream with one viewer.
Thank you, Domination. Appreciate it. But I tried to get more content out there. I picked up some new games, which I will talk about in just a sec once we get done with like our chore work, I guess, if we want to call it that. But how have you guys been? What have you guys been doing? Favorite activity to do while in the lockdown quarantine? What's your favorite hobby right now? Because I know I picked up walking. I walk every day now. I try to walk anywhere from like 2 to 3 miles every day, and it's helping with the diet. Looking slim, not looking so thick, and having the dad bod.
Yeah, I am. So whatever.
You good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
So last week, you do League.
Yes.
You stream a lot of League, and you were playing, and then you came knocking on my door at like 10:30 at night, and you're like, bro, we're playing D&D, come on. And I'm like, man, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it kind of got me inspired to try and set up a game, and I was like, if it's one of those things that if you just don't, if you keep saying you're gonna do it and then you don't, then you never get to do it. So
yeah, for sure.
it kind of got me inspired, and so I got a game going this week, and it worked out pretty well for the most part. There was some technical stuff that was just like a nightmare.
Yeah. And that's what happens.
It sucked, man. I was trying to contain my rage. I did get a little angry a couple of times, so I apologize to the people that I was playing with, but I tried to keep my cool because I understand that everyone's system is different.
Yeah.
Everyone's configuration is different.
It's tough because of everything, especially when you're playing online. It's a little bit more sensitive, and it takes some time. When I did my stream, because the only reason why we even started up was because League servers were down.
Yeah.
League servers were down, so we were sitting there. We were like, we have nothing to do. Why don't we just get up a game going? And it was funny. It was the first quest that we did, and we got stomped as you watched.
I watched most. I'd say 99% of it.
Yeah.
I watched it.
But it was kind of nice to have somebody there that actually he works with the application every week. He's very hardcore D&D player.
Yeah, he knew Roll20 pretty well.
Oh, he knew everything.
See, I'm still learning Roll20, and I'm really hoping that D&D Beyond gets on board, because right now, and they've got a bunch of things going on. They're adding new API stuff to the character sheet so they can add future stuff. One of those things is a dice roller, and the dice roller is supposed to be visible to everybody that you're playing with in your little campaign or whatever, but it's not working yet. They showed it. It's in like the alpha. Some people are getting early access to it.
Yeah.
And they said that virtual tabletop is their thing. And believe me, if they could get a one-stop shopping experience for D&D, all on D&D Beyond, because that's where I bought most of my stuff. I have a little bit of content on Roll20. I have Lost Mines of Phandelver. I have The Curse of Strahd. Yeah. And I have Dragon Heist. So I have 3 adventures, and I have the main core player's handbook. That's all I have.
It will definitely help out a lot when you're seeing that. Like, that's the big thing with D&D that's tough when you play online is because of all the setup. And if you could have something to where it's easy for a new player could start right up instantly.
Yeah, give me one website.
Yeah.
But I found that people were even having difficulties with Discord, webcams.
So Discord,
it's such a pain.
Discord's a little weird. Like I said, I mean, there's people. Like I said, I'm in the tech savvy world, so I know a lot of people, and I have tech savvy people that it's tough for them. It's tough. Like Discord, I try to explain to somebody how to screen share the proper way, and like not just screen share an application, screen share the whole screen no matter what you do on it. Because if you're doing an application, it doesn't show your mouse. It's kind of weird. I didn't know that, but
no, Jess, he had his own game going.
Yeah,
he did his own game. He tried to get me to come play, and I didn't. So
yeah,
he is actually part of the big reason why I even put out the shout out. Like I want to play. I watched them play. They looked like they were having fun, and I was like, I can do that, and I don't really care that if it's flawless or beautiful. Yeah. And I wanted to stream it. I already have an overlay already done.
Oh, yeah.
I've worked very hard on. Everything is lined up, but when the webcams and stuff weren't working, and I wasn't sure how everyone's sound and stuff was, but actually Jess played with us.
Yeah, and
it was her first time ever playing anything D&D.
So the one thing, like I said, I'm not a big person on D&D. Like, I recently got into it, and Roll20, give it some time, tinker with it. It's a skill gap, I like to call it. I mean, it's definitely takes some time to get everything down. It's very nice with 2 monitors. I will say that because you can pop your character sheet out, and you can click on things a lot smoother, and it doesn't bog down your screen. But D&D is a very, very fun game. He's a great dungeon master, and it's all about having fun, ask questions, and if you have that good combination, you're gonna do fine.
So. I am what I would like to call a mediocre dungeon master. I do well enough.
I think you're fair. I think you're fairer than most, and that's the thing. Like
I try to let the players play their story instead of reading them a book.
Yeah.
And there's some DMs. No offense to them, they're very creative. They come up with all these cool things, and it doesn't work because they're basically telling the players a story, and they get mad when someone wants to veer outside of that story, and you got to let them come up with their own adventures. So the adventure that we were playing, it is very linear. Probably I'd say for the first couple sessions, and then from that point on, it breaks out into figure out what you want to do.
For sure, and that's the thing. I mean, D&D is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, creative. And Discord does work pretty well on the phone. What you will find out is the limitations on webcam. Mm-hmm. Like, being able to see everybody's.
Actually, we could see her fine. Me and Jay could.
Yeah.
But no lie, no offense, I know Jay worked really super hard on his green screen thing on Discord, and it is sweet. If we were playing with a bunch of other people that had better setups and stuff, I would say by all means. But I'm going to see if we can actually get the Roll20 cameras and stuff working, because Jess had hers, accidentally gave it permission, and we were talking one night, and the camera looked good. It sounded good.
So Roll20 actually has taken a big dive into improving their application from just the 4 or 5 months that we took off from not even using it. I mean, they added a better character sheet model, and
they did. But I'll tell you what I had my players do. So there's an extension that you can get for Chrome called Beyond 20. And it lets you roll all of your dice straight from D&D Beyond. You don't have to do anything from Roll20. The only thing that Roll20 is for is the map.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing D&D.
It looked like you guys were having fun.
It was fun. And that stuff, like I said, that was a spontaneous one, so things will be a little bit better set up. That was my first D&D stream I've ever had, which that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm very jealous because I really wanted to stream our session last night. We played about 3 hours once we finally got rolling.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want another technical thing to have to watch and deal with after all the other stuff that we were trying to set up.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, like I said, have fun. Try to go off the story as much as you can. Sometimes, don't be afraid to punch the bartender and cause a ruckus or something like that.
It really made me inspired though. I definitely want to play more. So our games are going to be set up now on Saturdays, from about 7:30 and ending sometime between 9:30 and 10:30. So. That's going to become a regular thing, assuming that my players all want to come back and play again. I'm going to be nixing my morning Saturday stream and only doing an evening Saturday stream for D&D. So I think that'll be fun. I would be interested in getting more games up and running too. The potential for playing it is, but I actually have a lot of time right now, especially
it's not
on
even so much your time. It's more or less finding consistent players. And that's the tough part. You can say, "Oh, I'm gonna have 5 different games of D&D
No,
with five."
I think two is plenty.
Well, I was gonna say with 5 different groups. Say you have
No,
that.
I've got time. I could probably do 2 games. I may not be able to run both games every week. One game maybe every other week, and one game
Yeah,
every
I
week.
mean,
But
and that might be a
um,
better setup. Honestly, is like doing one every other week, so that
yeah,
way it gives people that gap. But I mean, D&D's tough. Like I said, told him because he actually came to me. I said I can't if I lock down another
he's
day.
already got so much going on
Yeah,
between like he does league practice and he's already in one D&D game now that they haven't decided when they're going to play again. But he's already like made a commitment to that.
yeah. Like I think they were committing towards Fridays being the day, and then like league practice every Saturday and Sunday, work, and then more practice and coding projects. I'm like, if I devote another day, my girlfriend would be like, "When are we gonna hang out?"
Exactly.
So
No, I get it, and that was I mean that was the other thing too because things ran over a little bit late and it didn't give me time to spend time with my girlfriend.
yeah,
And I was like, I'm really sorry. I was supposed to be done like an hour ago, and
yeah, it
maybe
happens.
before.
It
Fortunately,
happens.
she's really cool and didn't hit me with a stick.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm really, really, really sorry, and
Yeah,
but
it is what it is, and like I said,
it's
it's
hard to
tough.
just cut it off when you're in the middle and things are flowing. And I felt like I stopped at a really good point
Yeah,
because I think you played that adventure with us where in the city where you had to go in the warehouse and find some stuff going on, and
is
you're
it the
looking for the
ghost one?
no that's the same story, but
Just different.
it's
Oh
different.
yeah, I
So.
mean, seriously, guys, have fun with it. I've actually kind of ventured off, and I'm not a person that ventures off from any game. I am a hardcore player of one game and one game only
Mhm.
at a time. I actually picked up 2 games over the weekend.
I'm so proud of him.
Not weekend, but we picked them up Thursday night. Played them Friday. Remnant.
Such a fun game.
What is it? From the Ashes.
Yeah, it's
It's
such
from
a cool game.
Death from the Ashes or something like that, and then GTFO.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of break those games down real quick. So GTFO is from the creators of Payday. If you guys have never played Payday, it's a really really neat game. It's a tactical shooter where yes, being good at shooting games is a definite plus, but also it doesn't make or break your team going in. You shouldn't go in there running and gunning. You got to be smart with your bullets because you get limited amounts of ammo packs, limited amounts of meds, and your special abilities. Like we have 2 guys on our team that places down turrets to help us clear out some of the waves of aliens, and that's essentially what you're doing. You're doing these alien excursions and trying to do all these quests, but it's very very hard. We played the first mission and we died 12 times before we beat it for the first time, and we barely beat it. Like there's alarms, there's whole bunch of tactical. Like you can pretty much not beat this game with one player. You could not do this solo, and they pretty much say that you need 4 at all times. So in all these like dungeons or whatever you want to call them, they reset every like 2 days. So you could clear the whole world and resets in 2 days with a harder mission, and it's pretty neat. I highly recommend it. It's like $31 on Steam right now, and it's been a blast. But the big game, Remnant from the Ashes, Dark Souls with guns.
Yeah, I mean I've played it. It's great.
Um,
I think it's a great game.
it is insane, to say the least. Actually, if they're in the chat, they may not be. They may be still grinding. They kind of left me behind. They added an adventure mode into the game, which is beautiful. So the adventure mode, what it allows them to do is play through the game, and basically like there's some scenarios, some like just little dungeon bosses and like dungeon crawler type thing that you can redo and get special weapons, because there's ways you can clear bosses to get special weapons. So the one boss in there, he's kind of like, when you first enter the room, he kind of talks his shit. He's like, hey, kill your friend and I'll let you live. And if you kill your friend when prompted to, and you kill him, you guys battle to the death. One person gets a special trait, whoever's the winner of the match. And it's kind of cool, and he won't even fight you. But if you redo the scenario and you kill him, you get an item. So it's like a whole bunch of things. There's a whole bunch of different ways to kill. And it's a hard game. We play as 3 players at all times, and we've been going through the story. The monsters in the game are beautiful. You can reset the game over, and once you reset it, you keep all your levels. The game just gets harder. It scales with your level.
Thanks for the like, Jason.
But I know you picked it up when it came out, and you were in love.
It's great, but it's not. I don't think it's a very good solo game.
It's very hard solo. I do not recommend it.
It's kind of like playing the Division. Like you can play the Division by yourself,
Yeah.
but the Division is so much better if you have even one or two friends playing the game with you.
Yeah. And that's what it reminded me of. So it has the open world aspect of it gives me a lot of the Division vibe. But consumables and overall like health in the game.
I mean, it's got loot like Diablo. As far as like you go in, you're going to get random loot off of guys, and
yeah.
But I also liked that the worlds are different. They spawn different. You can play through the game lots of different times.
Oh my god, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
The overall like boss layouts of rooms, like it has a Dark Souls boss vibe to it. To when you're going through it, you're like, oh my god, like this dude just smoked the shit out of us. And like you have to be tactical. Like the one boss we faced the other day was I can't even pronounce the name of it, but essentially it had one guy, and it made a second copy of him, and it kept splitting. Every time you got into a certain point, he'd split. So there was 25 of this boss walking around trying to kill you, and they all had a shriek effect. If you got hit with the shriek effect, you sit there and you're all like dazed, and then the other ones are blowing up and exploding. It was insane. The boss fights are amazing.
They're very cool. I don't think they're quite the scale.
They're not
epicness of Dark Souls. But
they got some good. They got some good music.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're really good. They're stressful. You're gonna remember, like, man, you remember that time we fought that one guy? You're gonna remember that, you know.
Like I said, we played the game and we've put a solid 14 hours in 2 days, maybe even more. They've played. I know today they've been playing from about 11:30 to now for sure, and that's like 5. They're playing adventure mode, so they're just trying to get all this like the one guy got a flaming sword, and the combat in the game's sweet. If monsters jump on you, you have to like tap out of it or you're too low. It's a beautifully done game. It's still $40, still has that $40 price tag. But if you're looking for a game,
but $40 for a game,
no,
I don't think it's terrible. Hey, thanks for the like, Julia.
Yeah, but if you're looking for a game to sit down and grind with 2 other buddies, this is the game for you.
Jason and I played it a couple times. We actually streamed it, and we sucked. We died a lot, but we had fun.
Oh, we die a lot too.
We had a lot of fun. I don't ever feel like at any point I wanted to punch my computer screen, or my TV screen or whatever. It was hard, but every time we died, I always felt like I definitely was doing something wrong, even if I didn't know what I was doing wrong.
Yeah, it was so bad. Like I said, the boss that we fought, it would shoot this beam of light, and you fought him on a bridge. There was no other exit. If you fell off the bridge, you fell to your death. And he would try to knock you off. And if you got hit with the beam attack and you were standing in the middle of the bridge, like in between it, you're getting knocked off and you die. Oh my god. And so many times you get that boss to that much left on its life, like 2 shotgun shells, and he's dead. Dead. And then you restart all over. It's awesome. The checkpoints in the game are very close. But like I said, you have limited amount of ammo. You can't just sit around and spray and pray. You will run out of ammo. And ammo does drop. But this game, I'm telling you guys, if you're looking for a very fun game to grind with 2 other friends, pick up Remnant. You will not regret it. If you hate the game, I'll give you a money back guarantee.
Wow. I won't, because that's $40. There's only been one game in the history of all games that I have ever played that I recommended and said, if you hate this game, but you like games that are similar to this, I'll give you your money back, and that was Stardew Valley.
You think Stardew?
Yeah, I guaranteed it. I said if
people like those grindy games.
If you like games like The Sims and you like farming simulators and you like Super Nintendo, you will like Stardew. Like,
okay.
You may not complete it, but you're not going to be like, man, this was a wasted $10 or $12 or whatever it cost.
Yeah, no, it's
Jess, Julia, Jason, thanks for hanging in there last night. I understand that the technical difficulties and stuff were
frustrating,
very frustrating, and I don't think anyone was filled with more rage than me. So I apologize if I came across sort of like a dick a couple of times, but yeah, I was a little bit frustrated because I wanted everybody to have fun and have a good time. And when you're sitting there trying to work on technical stuff, and it's
That's
just
not fun.
It's frustrating to the people that it's happening to, and then it's frustrating to everybody else that's just trying to have fun.
But the viewers are laughing.
But we saved it, right? Like we completely saved it. We knocked out 3 hours of game time, and I feel that everybody had a pretty good time. So that's all that really matters, is that we had fun.
Yep, and I'm excited to watch them. Definitely gonna watch your guys's when you guys do them.
We're gonna be streaming it next week, assuming that I can get Jason, Julia, Jess, and Jamie to show back up.
Yeah.
But even if we end up losing one for whatever reason, I know that Jess has a backup player that would be interested in playing.
Sounds good.
But I was hesitant to throw them into the mix the first week or the second week because I already knew that there was going to be technical stuff, and I just didn't want to deal with another person's technical stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's nothing personal, and I'm sure that, but I just want to see if I can get it to go with 4 people.
I mean, what do you think about our stream?
I thought it was really cool. You didn't have anything fancy going on there, and that's okay.
But how smooth do you think it was?
Um,
How he layered out to where he was moving the guys and wasn't showing us the room? Because remember what we had that problem. If we walked up too far, it would show us.
I turned off the dynamic lighting. I don't have the thing. I have Fog
No.
of War on, and then I'm drawing the boxes. They got to see that a little bit last night.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think it's actually better than the dynamic lighting, because if you move up too far, you just don't see anything.
It was, like I said, it was awesome to go through that encounter. I mean, we died. Like I said, we died.
You guys got
we died
smoked.
on. We died on the first mission. And now, don't get me wrong. Like, it was a blast. Like, I had 11 damage poison spray that got blocked on he needed to roll a 12. He rolled a 12, and it blocked at 11 point as damage, and we would have won this scenario. So right now we're like captured, and I'm excited to start back up. I'm excited to watch your guys's, because I love watching it. I love listening to it a lot.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
if I could guarantee that I could get everybody in, I'd run again tonight. But you know,
It's a lot set up.
it's hard. It's just easier to say, all right, we're going to meet on Saturday. This is the time we're going to meet. I still think everybody meet up around 7.
Yeah.
And we'll roll at 7:30.
Sounds good.
It was fun. I'm looking forward to it. Now that I've kind of figured out some stuff on Roll20, as far as giving the players control of their tokens, adding their names to the tokens. I may change my layout a little bit since not everybody's using a webcam. But I am really interested in seeing about maybe using the Roll20 webcams straight from the browser. I'm telling you, they actually they looked and sounded pretty good.
They've enhanced Roll20 a lot, and big shout out to them. I probably nobody from there's watching, but if you are, there's free promotions.
So here's the thing, right? Like, for a virtual tabletop to play these types of games, you only have a couple of options, really. You have Roll20, which is browser-based, and it is free. You can play with your own stuff. If you want licensed content, you're paying for that. But the site itself is free. It doesn't cost you anything to use it. It's a free account. And if you're using your own content, you can upload all your own stuff. And then there's Fantasy Grounds, which is expensive. It's flat out just expensive, but it's a more polished product. But it's also software, right?
Yeah.
So you have to have a computer, first of all, that
runs
at least came out within the last couple of years. It's not amazing, but it's very resource intensive. And if you don't have the RAM and you don't have the processing power, it's going to just run like garbage on your machine. It's also really hard to learn how to use.
Yeah.
Because I had it a while ago, and I had a whole bunch of content for it, and it's a pain in the ass to learn how to use. Once you know how to use it, everyone talks about how great it is. But getting to that point, your only other third option as far as like a virtual tabletop would be Tabletop Simulator. And Tabletop Simulator is a great program, but basically you either have to find a mod that has everything that you want for it, or you have to put all your own stuff in. And it's not that it's hard, it's just time consuming. Yeah. Nothing in these things is hard to do. It's just it takes time to do it.
You don't want to make D&D a full-time job.
No, I want to sit down and play. Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds, I'd say, are the two easiest ones to just do that. And D&D Beyond said that they are working on their own version of a virtual tabletop. And I'll be really quite honest. Right now, that they have subscription tiers for the content. The subscription tiers aren't even necessary. D&D Beyond is free. You get access to the free rules, so you can make characters and play. But if you buy content through their website for the Player's Handbook to expand your character building options, or the Dungeon Master's Guide or whatever, it unlocks all the options while you're building your character.
For sure.
You need a subscription to share your content with other people. As long as they're within your campaign, they have access to whatever books you want them to have access to.
Okay.
So you can cut down the cost a lot, too, by everyone just sharing in a campaign and saying, all right, look, we're going to go all in on the Legendary Bundle and get all the books or whatever, and we're going to split that with a play group of like 5 or 6 people, and then that would cut down the cost a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But do you need the subscription? No. I think the player subscription, all that really benefits you is the ability to make unlimited characters and a couple of other things, but they're really minor. And the subscription's like $3 a month for the hero. I have the Dungeon Master tier, and it's $6 a month, but it lets me share all my content,
Yep.
unlimited characters. It gives me access to everything that I want. Plus, I have all my books. But even if you don't have a subscription, you have your books you paid for. But it's like I said, if they said, look, we want to do the virtual tabletop, you're going to pay more for it. To me, it would be worth paying more. If they're like $10 or $15 a month to have the virtual plus all the, that's fine. I'd pay it. So D&D Beyond team, if that's kind of what the thing is holding you back, you're like, well, this is going to use more bandwidth. It's going to, we're going to have different servers. Charge more money for the subscription. You can still charge the base one if they don't care about the virtual tabletop and they just want to play. Great, you have that, but then give them another option for like if you want it all. If you want the tabletop, you want the shared content and all that, this is what it costs.
Yeah.
It'd probably be worth $20 a month to some people.
I mean, to some people, I think you have your hardcore fans that are willing to pay it. I mean, especially in a time like right now.
There's a lot of people that are locked into Roll20. They bought most of the books and stuff on there, and they don't want to switch formats, and that's fine. But there's a lot of people that have been buying the digital content and playing in person on D&D Beyond because
just waiting just waiting for.
It's been easier to play for them because they like to play tabletop. They don't care about playing on the PC
for sure.
So they use all their books and stuff on their tablets or their computer or whatever, and it's great.
If I had a group of people, I know, and obviously this time right now we can't, but in a normal scenario, if I could say I have a dedicated group of people that would meet up and play on these days, then I'd play tabletop every day of the week.
Yeah,
I would never even touch online.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, in today's scenario, we can't.
No.
But it's just so much easier.
If your computer is all set up and configured correctly, it is easy. You turn on your PC, you log into whatever voice chat program, you log into Roll20, which is a web browser. You log into D&D Beyond, and you're done. So basically, you have 2 tabs open and a voice chat program, and you're ready to go. And you can completely play within Discord.
Yeah, and
you don't even need to have a tabletop or anything. If you just want to play Theater of the Mind, go for it.
And obviously, most people that do this, they're not looking to stream; they're just looking to play. And that's the thing. I feel like some people that do try to stream D&D, because I have watched lower end people, so not your.
I still feel that their streams are interesting.
They are, but you can definitely tell that some people don't look like they're having fun. They're more here to please an audience than I'm having fun playing D&D. And that shouldn't how it be. Like, it's just like when I play League. So I play League competitively, and, I try to always play at my best potential. I don't sit there and goof off and, I'm trying to entertain you. No, I literally sometimes don't talk.
I think that
and that's so bad.
It is for your streams, because if you're not entertaining, if you're not interacting with the people that are talking to you, but sometimes there's no one talking to you and it's hard to interact by yourself. I get that, and I understand why some people have become famous and stuff, but anytime I have people stop by my streams and they're talking to me, I talk back to them.
Oh, every time.
And I try to talk when no one's there, but it's hard.
You're going to hit more dead air than
especially
anything.
If you're focused on what you're doing.
Exactly, and I think that's the main problem. Like, a lot of people get frustrated about is, I know we're going to probably about to turn this into like a streaming thing, but like streaming's tough in general. Like, don't get me wrong. Anybody can buy, your nice microphone, your nice setup. Anybody can do that. You got some extra cash laying around. You can.
Yeah, I mean.
And you can have a full-blown setup.
Absolutely.
And never make it. And that's what people don't get in their head. They're like, bro, if I got
all the goods, now I'm going to make it.
If I got a computer, man, I'm going to make millions. like
this show we do is more popular than anything we do individually.
Yes.
And I think it's because of the type of content that it is.
We're
not playing games most of the time.
No, you're sitting here talking. You're listening to two guys BS about some
just
stuff.
sit around talking about stuff. We get more people that show up for this consistently than we do for our streams, even though we stream the same days every week.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
and that's why I think that D&D will be good for me personally, because it'll be something similar. You're just going to sit around and watch people talk, have fun, have a good time. And
streaming's easier when you have somebody to talk to throughout your stream.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be a chatter. It could legitimately be your homie sitting in Discord with you and you're sitting there having a ball, because you're going to make that funny conversation that gets your chat reacting.
Yep.
Like, there's tons of times where me and my cousin will literally be playing League, and he's having a fucking ball, making me laugh. Like, I'm crying.
Yeah, you're having fun playing.
I'm crying over here, and like,
I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget is I didn't get into streaming to get famous. I didn't get into streaming to get rich.
It'd be nice.
It'd be super great. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to find a thing, right? Some game, something that
That just takes you to the next level.
I have a lot of fun playing, that gets me a lot of people coming and watch, and that's why I play so many different things, because I'm trying to find that thing, right? Animal Crossing has been pretty good, but is that going to make me like a big stream person? Probably
No,
not.
because so many people.
There's
play
so
it.
many bigger streamers that are playing it, so I
It's-
think you're better off to find something that's like your own little thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of D&D people out there, but I'm telling you what, D&D is a really popular thing to watch on streams.
So every time you stream, you may not get it, but you get a Twitch analytics that says new viewers. So viewers that have never been to your channel, have never even seen it, they actually clicked on your tab and stayed for like, I think they said it's 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I had 7 people for the D&D.
Yeah.
7 different people.
I
don't even stream D&D.
I seen them come in. They didn't say anything.
They just
They
said-
watched for however long they were there, and then they left.
Yeah.
But they did at least check it out.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I said, be unique. I mean, that's the key to streaming. And I mean, there was a point where I was going up. I was going up fast, and I mean, I kind of dropped off the rails just because I stopped streaming.
I honestly, I won't lie. If I could get D&D streams on the regular, and just do that, and have even a few people watching me every week, I'd do that. I wouldn't even play games anymore. I wouldn't even play video games anymore.
I don't blame
Not for streams. I'd play them for fun.
I don't blame you. There's
because it's fun, it's interactive.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's at least entertaining for other people to watch, even if they don't understand exactly what's going on. And honestly, I think that's my goal. I'm going to kind of try to push towards that. I'm going to try and find a dedicated group to
go for it, man.
because that's not a game that you can play by yourself, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It's just not. And I like to watch people sit around with their friends and have a good time.
D&D. Roll for initiative. What is there? A fucking monster behind there?
So
Oh, I rolled a natural one. Roll this over.
that's
nat 20.
honestly, that's kind of my goal. I think for 2020 is to find the thing that is going to make me a more consistent streamer, and something that I actually have fun doing every time I get on.
Yeah.
And I always have fun playing D&D. The
So-
setup is awful. It's terrible, but once it's done,
So
it's easy.
I guess question for you. Some final questions of the day, because this is kind of short. I want you guys to get back with your families because it is Easter. I know a lot of you guys, which I think it's awesome. You guys are using Zoom, and for all your like happy birthdays, like you're Zoom chatting your friends. And I know some people that are having Zoom Easter. They're all Zooming each other and doing Easter together, which I think that's awesome, guys. Keep that up. But questions for you. What's your plans for next week? Streaming wise, game wise.
Next week, I'm probably still going to be doing Animal Crossing.
Okay.
I may actually do some Final Fantasy VII because I haven't even had a chance to turn it on.
Yeah.
I played the demo. I downloaded it. It's already installed. It's ready to go. I'm really
You
excited
just got
to
to
play
turn it on.
But
Yeah.
it's been Animal Crossing. Now, I didn't play Animal Crossing much on Thursday because I was remembering how to use Roll20 most of the night.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I actually skipped my stream because I wanted to get it up and running.
Yeah.
Then I didn't on Friday. I didn't play Animal Crossing because I was helping some people get their stuff set up on Roll20 and whatnot. And then Saturday I got to play a little bit of Animal Crossing, but I went like 3 days pretty much in a row of not really playing it, and I felt terrible
Yeah.
because it's pretty much been my go-to.
Tom Nook's probably dead.
Well, I mean, it's been my go-to game, right? Like since March
Oh, yeah.
20th, I've played it every single day for at least a couple of hours every day.
Yeah, my girlfriend.
I've got like 150 hours in the game right now.
My girlfriend was pissed when she signed on the other day and she went to the ADP or whatever, the little bank machine,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't click the day before, so she didn't get her bonus.
Yeah, I missed it the
It-
one day.
it reset.
I wouldn't say it was quite rage reset, but I was upset by it.
Yeah.
But it did. It made me feel bad. But I'm kind of at the point in the game now where I've unlocked all of the stores. I've unlocked all of the options. So at this point now, it would be cosmetic for me, like moving buildings around.
So what's your plans? You dodged my question. What's the plans for next week?
Well, next week I'll probably be streaming either Animal Crossing or Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
And I'll be, as long as my friends show up, I'll be doing D&D on Saturday.
I'll be in the crowd. Be like, kill that guy! Yeah.
I have 2 for sure. One is she had a great time. Jess has never played D&D in her life. She has always wanted to play. She told me that either people didn't want to sit down and teach her, or they said it was just like way too hard. And she got to play last night for the first time ever, and she had a blast.
Just dive right in.
She had an absolute blast. Had no idea what she was doing, and you could tell that she was like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want. I was like,
you can't mess up.
You can't. Just sit down and just go with it.
The worst thing that happens is you piss off the DM and he kills you.
Yeah, and that I don't think anyone really purposely tries to piss off their dungeon master, and I don't try to play like that.
Yeah.
I'm like the chillest person to play with. I try not to get too mad. And if you think outside the box and I have to adjust, I may have to say, all right, time out for like 5 minutes until I can figure out what I want to do with what you've decided to do, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I don't get mad at you.
I've always had fun playing with you. So streams for next week. Well, stream/plans.
That is my stream schedule for next week. So it's either going to be Animal Crossing or or Final Fantasy VII, because I definitely want to get some time.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then D&D on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing that out there for the people that were playing and anybody else that's watching. I would love to do more D&D streams. I'd love to play more D&D games. I realize that it's difficult for most people that have real jobs and stuff to get together more than once a week. But if you would be interested in getting that stream going more consistently, even twice a week, I would be down for that.
Yeah. My plans for next week are got some league practice. Got a league tournament maybe tonight. I don't know yet. It's still tentative. It just depends because we're trying out 2 new players tonight. So we might do well. Who knows?
Well, someone who shall remain nameless was taking Snapchats of me doing my Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master thing last night, and then I watched it on their story, and I was like, man, am I really that fat from that angle? like you look at it and you go, God, I'm fat. Maybe it's time for a diet.
Yeah.
Maybe less Mountain Dews and more going for walks like Aaron. I don't know.
I'll put it this way: the walks.
I was ring fitting, and I was like busting my ass and drinking like 3 gallons of water a day, and I was like, I feel worse than when I was just drinking Dew all the time, you know?
I will put it this way. Me going on the walks, like I just walk over in the neighborhood, and it's helped me out a lot. Because League and stuff, like playing competitive video games, you can get tilted really quick. You can get very frustrated. I've actually used it as a way to, like, I don't even bring my phone with me, so if anybody wants to kidnap me, you know where to find me. Nobody else will, but like I don't bring my phone. I try not to get distracted, and I just focus. Like sometimes I'll bring my phone and like listen to a podcast or something, but I clear my mind. I just go on a walk, step away from the computer, stretch the legs, because I know us as gamers, we sit there in our chairs for hours on end, miss meals, and game all day.
Jay, I gotta stay away from stuff like that, mostly because too much caffeine is not good. It's not good for my heart. It stresses me out.
I'll put it this way: with Bang and Rain, I drink those religiously. I'll be honest with you.
He bangs in the rain, y'all.
Like they're really good. Don't get me wrong; they get you insanely cracked out of your mind. Like you are ready to go for the day. And
it's Isabel.
Oh my God, I work with a 5-year-old child. No, but you just gotta watch out for those. But I do recommend those if you're looking for some energy pick me up. Talk about an energy pick me up. You'll be ready to take on the world. But overall streaming League.
When you guys coming back and gonna play D&D again? I want to watch that some more.
Hopefully Friday.
Okay.
That's our goal. I think we're setting up for that time.
Because my thing has always been, 1, I like to watch it. 2, I want to play it more because I've invested so much money in Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and I never get to play because it's really hard to get a group of people together to play.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. It just makes you sad, and you're like, I have all this cool stuff. You'll get people together for like a couple weeks, and then they don't come back.
Apparently their aunt died. They can't show up.
Well, we had that group where your brother and a couple of his friends, we were all sitting around your dad. We were all playing. We played 2 weeks in a row, dude, and it was great. It was beautiful. I thought we were on to finally getting it. Well, then we had to take a week off because the one dude was getting married.
Yep.
Totally understandandable.
And then he went on a
honeymoon. Then he went on a honeymoon for a couple weeks.
Yep.
And then I think one of the Avengers movies came out or something. So we missed 3 weeks in a row.
But you guys all went to the Avengers.
We did, but we missed 3 weeks of gaming in a row. And so then the next time we got together, I mean, it was like months later.
4 months later, yeah. One guy showed up for an hour.
The one dude showed up for like an hour.
Yep.
And then your dad didn't show up at all because he was at a basketball game or something.
Yep.
So we only got to play for maybe 90 minutes and then wrapped it up. I was like, why did I even carry my stuff next door?
Yeah, you're not wrong. But we indulged,
and we haven't played since.
we indulged on some Doritos and Fritos.
But honestly, now that I've got the Roll20 thing up and going,
It's
and
way
we're on this
easier.
like quarantine thing, I might run it past your brother about getting it up again and playing.
It's easier to get people to say, "Hey, can you sit down at your desk chair and play for?"
Yeah,
2
instead of coming over to my house.
Yeah,
and
because people like to do this thing called yeah, I'll be there, and then they curl up in their bed and they're like, well, I can't be there,
Hold
you
on.
know.
that's not just everybody does that.
I do it.
And the older that you get, the worse that it gets. You'll so someone will come up to you and be like, "Hey man, on Friday we're gonna go do this thing," and they come to you on Monday. Thanks for the like, Tammy. They'll come to you on Monday and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do this thing on Friday," and you're like, at that particular moment, you're game. You're like, "Fuck yeah, let's go do that. Let's go do that right now."
Friday evening.
Friday comes along and you're like, oh. But it starts Thursday. It starts Thursday morning. You're like, man, why did I say I was going to do that? Then you dread it for the next 24 hours. And then you're trying to come up with excuses like, well, how many dogs could I have die this year? You know,
like this is my 6th dog this year. My grandma's died 4 times this year. It's a pretty amazing year. We keep bringing her back to life. But
Happy Easter, Tammy.
Happy Easter. But oh my God, yeah, you're not wrong. I do it more often. Like, go to a party, sleep.
Yeah, stay at home,
Sleep.
watch The Office.
Like, oh my God, I can
Watch How I Met Your Mother for the 48th time.
order a whole large pizza and eat it all by myself. Sounds like a good day to
Sounds
me.
like a plan to me.
Like, I don't have to, no loud music, no headache in the morning. But man, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I hate going out. Like,
I hate it.
Like, I'm telling you, this quarantine, like, nobody can bitch at me for like, hey, you played video games for 14 hours yesterday. You're gonna do something else tomorrow?
No.
Nope.
How about
Same
you
thing.
do something else tomorrow?
Watch Tiger King. I heard that show's so fucked up, but it's
I
like
heard it was brilliant.
it's the biggest waste of 8 hours, but it's so
gosh.
funny, and there's so many memes on it right now.
The memes have been great. I won't lie. 2020 has been a pretty shitty year.
but they got some funny
we had
memes.
World War III breaking out at the beginning of the year.
I
Kobe Bryant's dead. We got the
Dude.
virus breaks out. It was March.
So-
we had all this going on.
so this is kind of crazy.
But the internet has not disappointed with the memes.
So it's kind of crazy that somebody made this video on TikTok, which I'm addicted to that.
I know you are. You have a problem.
And like between TikTok, video games, and anime, that's pretty much all I do with my life. So TikTok said, imagine that this whole quarantine thing was in effect 3 months ago. Juice WRLD would have never got on the plane that he actually overdosed on the pills that he took, so he would have never been busted. Kobe Bryant would have never got on that helicopter, because his basketball game that he was going to, his daughter's basketball tournament.
Man, now you're
And guess what? Bam, the basketball tournament would have never happened.
now you're into some Final Destination stuff.
Exactly.
Right. But I've seen some things that go.
Thanks, Megan, for the like as well.
I've seen some things that went back even further, and everyone's like, "What if all this is a result of Harambe?" And I'm like,
If Harambe's the cause of
I'm
corona-
going back in time, and that little boy's just got to die.
What was it? So who made? Okay, so you remember 2012 when the world was supposed to end?
Mhm.
What calendar were they going on?
The Mayan calendar.
Okay, so hear me out. We're still in 2012, because that calendar never goes any farther. We just decided to make it go farther. Bam, we're still in 2012. This is just like, it's a long, slow burn of the world.
I mean, the world is going to end eventually. It just is.
Yeah,
We know that.
But I want it to blow up like
whether
the Death Star.
whether it's a comet that hits us, or
We can only get
or
lucky.
we blow ourselves up with nuclear weapons, or we kill the planet to the point where we can't live here anymore.
But look at all the
volcanoes black out the sun. I mean, something's going to get us right eventually.
Here's the
Whether
thing.
we are here when it happens, or it's 1,000 years from now, eventually it's going to happen.
But here's my thing. Hear me out. Like, how awesome would it be? Death Star explosion, like that kind of thing. Just like, there's no survivors.
That's no moon.
Yeah, no, it's the world,
I think at this point I'd be all right with a Death Star explosion. I mean, if you got to go out, going out like all around's not that bad.
and like you got to think the aliens on another planet are probably making memes about us. Like, look how we blew up Earth.
All right, so have you seen the? I know you get on the internet quite a bit. So have you seen the where people are listing like the things? It's 10 things that everyone else seems to like, but that you hate.
And if you say Nickelback, I'm gonna punch you.
Uh,
Nickelback's the greatest band ever.
Mine is that would be on my list, but my one friend listed Captain America. I was like, how can you hate Captain America?
Here's my thing. People are all butthurt because they're like, Captain America should have been the one that died in Endgame. Spoiler alert, he didn't.
If you haven't seen Endgame at this point, you don't want to watch it.
And also, another thing, in the Thor movies, because everybody gets all butthurt, Captain America can wield the hammer? What?
He did in the comic books.
Okay, he did in the comic books, but it gets better.
Your cousin says that they have the TikTok. You should add them and watch them.
Megan and I have a TikTok you should watch. I will watch them. Sure, I'll even follow.
Hell yeah.
But it gets even better. So, in one of the Thor movies, when Thor is getting punished by his father, he literally says, he whispers into the hammer as they're standing there, anybody that is powerful enough to wield the hammer.
They didn't say powerful, they said worthy.
Worthy enough to hold the hammer.
Yeah.
That's why he was allowed to do it.
Well,
before you couldn't.
In Age of Ultron, he moved it a little bit, and Thor got worried. Don't you remember the look on his face like,
oh shit.
Because he put it down on the table and was like, if anybody can have it, you get to be Thor. And Captain America moved it a little bit. He was the only one that could do it.
And you can see that Captain America pulled off.
Yeah.
Like, he pulled off a little bit. He was like, oh, I can pick it up. He's like, I'm going to use this one day. It's gonna be needed. But everybody got all butthurt because it should have been Captain America that sacrificed himself. No. like Captain America, yeah, okay.
Well, and Vision could pick it up.
Yeah, and Tony Stark, you know, if you watched any of the movies and you were awake, you would realize that he had to make a sacrifice. And guess what? He was like, I'm going to do it. Love you 3,000. I'm out.
I mean, his contract was up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of things.
He said that he's like, all right, man, I'm in my 50s. I can't run around and do the super... Like, at a point, it just gets sad. It just gets sad, and I'm like, just keep doing it, man.
But, like, you got to realize that he did a great job. It was a great movie, and everybody's like, Captain America should die, blah, blah, Iron Man's so sexy.
All right, so, going on that, we're going to do 10, but name 3 things that the rest of the world seems to love that you hate.
Oh, my God.
Come on, you can do this.
Man, I'm going to have to think about this one. That everybody loves and I hate.
Yeah, that's like super popular that everybody really likes, or I should say that the vast majority of people seem to like, and you don't get it or you just don't like it.
Oh my gosh.
It's alright. You can say Nickelback. You can let it out.
No, people like Nickelback. Anybody that says like, I'll put it this way: if I turn on Rockstar, I guarantee you everybody's singing it.
I guarantee you that
if I turn on Photograph,
playing Law of Averages. Not everybody.
Nirvana. Nirvana's one. Nirvana fucking sucks.
Okay, so you don't like Nirvana. That's fine.
Smells like Teen Spirit, my ass.
It smells like teen butthole. That's what it smells like.
So Nirvana is probably up there. Man, I don't know. This is tough. That everybody loves that I hate.
Okay, well that was a music thing. What about a movie? A movie that everyone seems to like and you just think is stupid. Just go ahead and just do it. Just name it. Just throw it out there.
Well, everybody didn't like Venom.
He said Creed still sucks. Like the band? I think everyone agrees that Creed pretty much sucks. I don't think anyone's like, oh, Creed rocks.
It's totally slasher, man.
Hey, thanks for the like. Well, thanks for the host, villain.
What was it? Man. Like a movie, like everybody doesn't like Venom, but what movie?
No, I'm not. I mean, like, it has to be actually popular. Like when people make bold claims like they don't like Star Wars because everybody seems to love Star Wars, you know?
People that don't like Lord of the Rings over Harry Potter. That worries me. People that like Harry Potter more than Lord of the Rings.
Oh, so you don't like Harry Potter fans?
I don't like Harry Potter fans.
You don't like Harry Potter?
I fucking hate Harry Potter.
You hate Harry Potter? See, that would be the right choice. I don't like Harry Potter. I don't get it. I think it's stupid.
I think
there you go. That's something that would be considered super popular that everyone else likes.
There's one half our fan base, boys.
Everyone just turned off. But Villain doesn't like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. He said both of those are stupid.
But have you seen them? As long as you have seen them, I don't care. But like, if you claim to say, oh, I'm the biggest nerd ever, if you've never seen Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, you're not a nerd. You lost your card. Oh, I'm the biggest Harry Potter
You
fan.
don't have.
No.
That's just it, though. Jason's like, yeah, so like Twilight.
Dude.
Exactly.
Twilight was bad.
I don't care.
But number
I watched
3,
it.
what food?
I watched it a lot. I've watched it several times because it's so bad. It's so bad and cringy that it's actually enjoyable for me to watch it. So
I don't know. I don't know anything else.
Harry Potter was a good one, though.
Harry Potter, yes. Harry Potter sucks. Like,
Oh,
I absolutely hate it.
Wow.
You've now triggered me.
Harry.
Harry Potter is amazing. Wrong.
If I had to pick one, and it's going to be really controversial, it would be the Rolling Stones.
I don't think they're that good.
I mean, it's not that I've hated all their songs. I just personally I don't get it.
They're not bad.
I don't understand the appeal. But if I had to pick between the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, I'm picking the Beatles every day of the week.
Okay. All right. Hear me out, guys. We need a clear vote here. Who's more popular, the Beatles or Nickelback?
I mean, what kind of?
You remember this question?
It's the
You
Beatles.
You kind of remember this question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Beatles. What kind of a question is that?
Yeah, I know.
There would be no Nickelback if it wasn't for the Beatles. Unfortunately,
The Beatles are amazing.
I will watch you forever because Harry Potter does suck. Well, I like Harry Potter, but he hates it. See, we don't agree on everything. I don't dislike all of the Stones songs. I mean, like they've had one or two songs I liked. Like "Sympathy for the Devil" was good, but
people that don't like Family Guy or like those kind of shows, I have a weird problem with them.
So you just hate demographics of people.
I hate people.
So you're basically a racist.
I just
See how I turned that around on him? Calm down over there, little Hitler. It'll be fine.
This is actually kind of funny because we actually had a debate the other day about me and my buddy Sam. We had a debate, and I want to get your guys' opinions on this. Okay, so he did speech and debate in college, so I'm already arguing with the wrong person, and he did psychology and sociology in college as well. We were having a debate on people that do the coronavirus challenge, and
this is the people that go around like lick doorknobs.
Lick all public toilets. And
I say
stuff like
natural
that.
selection.
And so I said,
if you're stupid enough to go around and lick the surfaces of stuff where there's a virus going around,
I said this. I said, and I quote, that the coronavirus and people that do this challenge, it's a population thinner. And he said, I've watched your words because you're starting to sound like Hitler when you say population thinner. And I said, no, but you can't tell me that if somebody licks a toilet seat and gets coronavirus and then is all upset, they're like, I didn't know I was going to go to jail. And then you tell him this. And I said, it's a sign of stupidity. And he said, no, it's a sign of attention. You want attention? I'm like, it might be a part of that.
Okay, so when your little kid comes in your house and knocks your lamp off the table because he wants attention, whether positive or negative, you're not supposed to beat his ass? I'm just wondering, like, where do you draw the line? Like, you broke it on purpose.
Kick his ass.
Ass whooping, all right?
Oh, dude, cats are the worst for that. The cats will look you dead in your eye and just go.
That's because cats are assholes.
Yeah.
But I love cats.
But no.
Okay, there's another one. Dogs. I don't get it. If you put that on the list of things everyone seems to love, I don't get the dog thing.
Cats.
Right? I think cats are better. I think they're superior in every single way.
No,
I don't get dogs.
Okay, I know why you like cats. You like cats because they're independent. They don't need you.
I don't want them to need me.
Dogs?
I want to need them more than they need me.
Okay, but think about it this way.
A cat to me is a lot like every relationship I've ever been in and every girl I've ever pursued, right? You put all this effort into it, you want them to love you, and they don't give a fuck about you.
You're not wrong.
You chase them and chase them, you're like, come here and love me, and they're like, nah.
Go fuck yourself.
Go, if you buy me something, maybe. Like, if you buy me a treat. They love you for a second, you're the greatest thing ever, and then they don't even want to acknowledge your...
You're not wrong.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong at all.
You show them your laser pointer, wink, wink, and they like it for about 5 seconds, and then they're like, we want a new laser pointer.
Yeah, no, I need a bigger laser pointer.
We need one with green and red lights. But no, like cats, like
we want one that vibrates.
But with a dog, like You walk outside your front door and walk in 2 seconds later. It's like the dog's never
The
seen
dog loves you.
The dog's never seen you before.
I get that. Maybe people who need that attention all the time. I don't need that attention all the time.
But when I see these cats get all demonic and shit, like, and just start scratching the fuck out of you, just like, you never see a dog just randomly attack. Like, there's plenty of telltale signs that the dog's about to bite you. But as a cat, as a cat, you're just sitting there, you're like, oh, you're the cutest thing ever, and it's just like, and just like scratches you all.
Cats are like roulette, right? You might get shot in the face, you might not.
Cats like playing roulette with a magazine of 6 and having 6 bullets in the gun, and just praying that when I pull the trigger, I hit the 7.
I hope the safety's on. You know?
Like, it's so bad. Cats are terrible. I hate them, but I like dogs. But I mean, people have fascinations with like turtles and shit, and they're like the most useless thing in the world.
I mean,
they do is
turtles are all right, but
like to have them as a pet, I'm like,
I think they're cool. I had a pet turtle for a while. He was cool, but I mean, it's not like
what's his name? Linus.
No, his name was Colossus.
Colossus. Okay, that's a good one. You can keep the turtle.
Yeah, he was cool. He's a box turtle.
But yeah, cats suck. End of story.
Apparently, we're both assholes, and I got the finger. So.
Nickelback is amazing, though. Anyway, who here?
Foxes are sweet. By the way, we have foxes living under my house again.
I know.
They are adorable. The little baby foxes came out, and they were wrestling in the front yard or in the backyard out there. Oh my god, I wanted to just adopt all of them, but then I think that the bomb would have bit me.
Okay. Last question for the chat, and we want you guys to type it in. Do you like Nickelback?
Why are we asking that question? Who gives a fuck about Nickelback? You're the only guy that has a Nickelback boner. Only guy.
I'd be shocked. Let me turn on Rockstar and see how many people sing along.
Well, we're not allowed to turn on Rockstar because we'll get muted.
I'll take the mute charge. Because I know that people like Nickelback just like me, and that it's under some. Yep. See. Yep.
All right, we're gonna play music challenge. Okay, I'm gonna name 2 bands, and you have to kill one. They don't ever get to perform ever again, and all of their songs will be erased from history.
I'm ready. Give me 5.
We're gonna go through 5 rounds of this, and at the end, you're gonna have the king. And it'll determine a lot about you and whether we can continue to this show anymore.
Okay, I'm down.
Are you ready? So you have a choice between the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Who do you kill and erase from them?
The Beatles live.
The Beatles live. Okay, so the Rolling Stones now no longer exist.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to face...
Give Me Shelter's gone. Yes.
Okay, now we're going to face the Beatles...
Don't say Queen.
Don't
say Queen.
Against Kiss.
That's not fair.
You got to kill one.
That's not fair.
You got to kill one.
I'm keeping Kiss.
Okay.
Love Gun.
That was a shocker. All right, now you've got Kiss against Queen.
Queen's my all-time favorite band.
Of ever?
Ever.
Okay, so Queen versus Nickelback.
Fuck you. I mean, I'm going to go with Queen.
There is only one right answer. The answer in that question is Queen. If you pick Nickelback, we're not friends anymore.
What I'm trying to say is, like, lifelong dream that I'll never get to live is to see Queen play.
Oh, okay, so you've killed Nickelback. That's great. And then we got one more. Let's go with Queen versus. It's got to be another good one. Another band that you like a lot. How about the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I don't like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I thought you loved those guys.
I mean, I don't mind.
So
like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, so Queen,
like if
Queen is the queen of your universe.
The better matchup would have been like not Red Hot Chili Peppers versus Nickelback. I'm probably gonna choose Nickelback.
I don't want Nickelback to win any rounds. That's the point.
Then you should have made go off in the finals.
And they didn't. They lost. There's no heartbreaker here.
You should have started with Nickelback.
There's no buzzer beater. Okay.
There's no buzzer beater. There's no champion. Everybody loses. No sprinkles. But no, I mean, you could have said Metallica. That would have been good. But Queen's gonna.
You don't like a lot of those bands though. Okay.
But like,
well, you said Nirvana earlier on in the show.
Nirvana sucks. The only reason why Nirvana's popular is because they have some printed out tees of the smiley face, and I guarantee you, if I walk up to the average person and say, "Name me 5 Nirvana songs," and I bet you they're like, "Teen Spirit." I don't know any others. I'm out. I'm done. Like that's it. They might be able to name one more.
I know. I think it's fun that the people who are like Nirvana's great, and they don't remember that Dave Grohl used to be in Nirvana.
You know, I always give people the same line I give everybody that says they like Nirvana. What has more brains than Kurt Cobain? The wall behind him. Ha ha. Bam. That's how you end the show right there. That's a banger.
I still feel like that joke is inappropriate.
But no, Nirvana sucks. Like, I'd pick Nickelback over Nirvana.
You would pick Nickelback over Nirvana.
Yes.
And I don't know that I would agree with that.
I don't care what you agree with.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
always about you.
I don't know that we can be friends anymore.
I mean, Nickelback's so funny. They're just a big meme. How much of a meme is Nirvana? Like, Nickelback will live on. Nirvana, maybe. All right. Hear me out. Avril Lavigne
What about her?
versus Nickelback.
I pick Avril Lavigne.
You'd pick anybody for Nickelback. I could tell you.
That's not true. I would pick Nickelback over the Rolling Stones.
You would pick Nickelback
I
over
absolutely would.
Yes, we've got him on board.
I would, just because I don't like them.
Who else do you hate more than Nickelback?
Uh,
Nickelback is known as the most hated band.
They are. More than Nickelback? I don't know.
What do you think of Tool?
I love Tool.
Tool. That's another band I would love to see. Not Tool, but System of the Downs. I really wish I could have seen them.
I would take Young Gravy over Nickelback.
I know who Young Gravy is.
I don't know who that is.
I'll play one.
I would take Wesley Willis over Nickelback.
All right. If you go into a casino and you're playing roulette, red or black?
It's always black.
Always bet on black.
You know why? Because that's what Wesley Snipes said.
Yep.
Wesley Snipes said always bet on black.
Yep.
Passenger 57?
No joke. I really want to go, like, my next paycheck, like, whenever the casinos open back up, I want to take one paycheck and literally just put it all in black and see what happens. Like, just one whole paycheck. And just see what happens.
All right, I'm betting Wesley Snipes. Let's do this.
Like I said, I mean, you go in there, it's one spin. You could have just wasted a whole bunch of gas. Or you come out a lot better than what you started.
Bare Naked Ladies over Nickelback and Nirvana. Man, there's a lot of Nirvana haters in the channel today. I don't know if I like this.
I like it. I am saturated with the love and support for Nickelback. Because Nickelback is probably a top 10 band.
Ever?
I could name 10 others.
I could name 20 other bands that I would say are better.
We also both agree that Red Hot Chili Peppers don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think the Red Hot Chili Peppers deserve any of the accolades that they have. I don't even know why they're famous.
Suck.
I'll tell you another thing. This is really bad, but Rolling Stone, like the guys that do Rolling Stone, don't know why Red Hot Chili Peppers are famous. They have no idea why people keep buying their stuff. They're bad. Like, musically, they're bad.
Maybe it's like the lead singer's porn stash. I don't know.
And we all know songs from them.
Would you say Queen's in the top 5 bands ever?
Queen in the top 5 ever, yeah.
Queen top 5?
Yeah, for vocals alone.
I think they're.
I'm not even talking about guitars, drums, anything.
I'm not even gonna lie. I
would say yeah, top 5.
I think I would give a kidney. I'd give both of my kidneys to be at the Live Aid and actually see Queen perform live at the Live Aid. I feel like that would be so sweet.
But yeah, I mean, was Queen super popular when they were out? No, I think they've actually grown in popularity over the years. Yeah. But they're definitely one of the most influential bands. And, I mean, there's one Freddie Mercury. I don't care how many other people come close. There's only one. True. Just like there's only one Elton John.
One David Bowie.
There's only one David Bowie. That's another guy. I don't really get why he was popular.
Yeah. He's a weird dude. Weird fucker.
Brilliant. He was. I just didn't get it.
Yep. Oh, okay.
But I won't hate on him because he has a lot of fans and he wrote a lot of really good songs that he didn't necessarily sing. He was a great songwriter.
What about Marilyn Manson? I almost said Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, who gives a shit about that guy?
You don't like him?
No, if he's on the show, fuck you.
You don't like him?
No, he's alright. I mean, I listen to his stuff, but I don't think he's a big deal. You know?
We're on different sides of the fence here.
I don't think he's that big of a deal.
I never started listening to him until like a while back. He actually got some okay stuff.
No, okay. I mean, I like his stuff. I just don't think that he would be listed in the top like 20 greatest musicians ever. No. I don't even think he'd be in the top 30.
No, I could name 30, and I suck.
I think most of the best musicians came from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And especially in the era of rock and roll, the 60s and 70s really had, I would say, the most influential people in music in general.
All right. Top five bands.
Ever?
That you think. Ever.
The Beatles. I'm not saying that they're necessarily number one. This is in no particular order. I would say the Beatles. I would say Pink Floyd. I would say Queen. I would say Fleetwood Mac. And I would say, not necessarily band, but it would be hard for me to close out the top 5. I could do the top 4.
Okay. Queen.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be my number 1. I'm listing them high up. The Beatles are good. I give you that one. I always say their name wrong. Clearwater Revival or whatever.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah. So is it CCR?
In the top 5?
Yeah.
I mean, they're good. I like them.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I could go to battle after I listen to like their Vietnam song that the chopper just starts playing.
I'm ready to go to war, boys.
Yeah, I gotta go find Bubba.
Let's go get this shit done.
Yeah, no. Probably them. Man, I'm a big fan of Leonard Skinner. I feel like they're up there, and then maybe Kiss. That's like my personal top 5.
Kiss?
I fucking love
it. I wasn't saying my personal best 5 bands. I was saying like the best bands ever, like overall. I feel for the world that have had the most.
Fleetwood Mac. I that's gonna be in everybody's. The Who.
No, Fleetwood Mac's really not. But Fleetwood Mac, I would say, didn't really become more influential on music until
I love Foo Fighters.
Until what's his face joined the band. What was his name? Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah.
That guy's an amazing songwriter, amazing performer, amazing guitar player. But I tell you, Mick Fleetwood is one hell of a drummer. He's no Neil Peart, but he's a hell of a drummer.
Yeah. Man.
The Eagles, yeah, I'd say the Eagles are. I'd say they're up there.
They're top 10.
You know, I don't get the Who. I understand why everybody I get why people like them, but I don't understand why they're such a big deal.
Yeah. Backstreet Boys are back. You have been permanently banned from the channel.
No, you're not, Megan. It's totally fine.
Backstreet Boys. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't. Can you call them musicians though?
Backstreet Boys. Can you call One Direction musicians?
They're performers.
I think they're more performers because they all sing.
Did the Backstreet Boys write their songs?
I don't know.
Did they write their dance choreography?
I don't think so.
So they're performers.
Maybe.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have to say no on the Backstreet Boys.
Dude, I was about to tell you something, and I can't remember what it was, and it was actually kind of important, and I felt like it was a good ending question, and now I can't remember it, and it's gonna bother me now.
Music is so personal to people, though. Not everybody likes the Beatles, believe it or not.
I just hate people that don't venture. People don't ever venture out. Like,
I didn't listen to a lot of older rock until I started working at Spencer's.
But there's so many people that I only listen to rap. I wouldn't. Like, have you ever listened to Aerosmith? Have you ever listened to Queen?
I mean...
No, I've never.
In your opinion, who's the greatest rapper of all time?
Oh, fuck.
Ever.
That's tough.
I mean, going back clear to the beginning of it and everything, who would you say is the absolute best?
I mean, top 5, you got to put Eminem in the top 5.
Yeah, he's going to go down in history as the best.
I mean, he will...
Love him, hate him, it doesn't matter.
Like, I mean, that's why there's legitimately rappers out there, and most rappers say, do not fuck with the white boy.
It's not even about that.
He is, like, one of the best, lyrically wise. He is, like... There's things he's done that have changed rap.
Read his lyrics sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
They're clever.
You think Jay-Z?
Jay-Z's Jay-Z's pretty good. But
I think Jay-Z would be top 5.
He's definitely in the top 5, but he's also part of the Illuminati, so I don't care.
We can't prove that.
I can prove it.
We can't.
We're going to do a whole other conspiracy thing. Him and Beyonce are all in that cult thing together. It's fine.
Maybe we're all part of the Illuminati. Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg's great.
Yeah.
He's definitely... it'd be hard to even pick 5.
Like NWA as the whole band could be one. NWA was kind of influential.
But even individually...
They're all good.
They're all really good.
They all became successful.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Poor Easy died before he got really a chance to keep doing his thing,
blossom.
No, he was... I mean, but he was good.
You got to think Biggie, Tupac... But Tupac wasn't a rapper; he was a poet. Yeah, blah blah blah.
No, he was a rapper, right?
No, he called himself a poet.
Well, whatever.
But Tupac, I mean, you have Biggie.
You know another guy I can't stand. I have not liked him since back in the day. Is Puff.
Puff Daddy.
I can't stand him.
I'll put it this way.
I feel like he got famous only because of Biggie, and then when Biggie died, he capitalized on the fact that his friend died. Sorry, Puff. I don't usually come in and hate on the celebrity people, but I just...
We got your ass.
He is a good actor. He is a good actor.
But who was it?
He says, Meg says Mac Miller.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, there's so many good ones. Like I said, when in music, there's so many good ones out there that you cannot really put it down to a top 5.
It all comes down to preference at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Some people don't like the way that Eazy-E sounds, right? Or the way that Tupac sounds, or...
But there's one song, like, it's Juicy, where he says Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I will never miss that line. Ever. Like, I could be listening to that song, and I know exactly when it's coming up. Because that's the only part that, like, I don't know. That's like the only part like I just like scream out every
I
time.
think most rap today is pretty much garbage, but
I believe so too. Like if you put something,
no, I can't say all of it. There's been a couple of good things that have come out.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
overall it's garbage. But I feel the same way about rock and pretty much everything right now. I feel like most music now is garbage.
I sit there, no joke, some days, and I think, who will be legendary, like up in the grades, in this era?
It's different.
In this era,
music is different now.
Yeah.
Because you can be famous for 5 minutes now overnight, and your success will go
forever,
and then it goes away. People won't remember you.
Yeah.
In 2 months, even though you had a number one hit, and it's worse than that 5 minutes of fame, those one hit wonders, because at least those guys, like, okay, the Proclaimers, that song 500 Miles that they always talk about on the, everyone knows that song because it was just different. Your song that was big stayed big for a while.
Who do you think right now in our era, probably we'll go with my lifetime, so like basically 96, well 2000-ish to now, in current today's era, who do you think will be the top 5 most memorable artists
ever
right now? Post Malone's easily one.
Probably Post Malone, even though he's not really my thing.
He's not really your thing, but he has legitimately
almost everything he touches it turns to gold.
Exactly.
I would say Halsey. She's pretty popular.
You think Halsey? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think people will remember her for a while. Not that she's gone away, like she's still doing stuff now.
Post Malone definitely gets up there. I'm trying to think. I mean, because, I mean,
I think Ariana Grande will
probably
stick around for a long time.
Yeah, man, that's tough. Because you're kind of going throughout the whole era. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, Backstreet Boys are gonna go to One Direction. Forgot them. One Direction will go down as legendary. Just because they were literally our eras of the Backstreet Boys.
I think the Jonas Brothers.
Think the comeback of the Jonas Brothers is going to do it?
I'm telling you what, man.
They got some catchy songs.
The album is pretty good.
Yeah,
and I'm not a fan, but man, it's had a lot of number ones.
Justin Bieber.
I can't stand that guy.
I can't stand him, but damn, does he get a lot of?
He gets a lot of money.
Yeah. But like I said, that's what I love about this era is that streaming music. Like, I couldn't imagine how popular Queen and those kind of people would be now. Like, we'll say given in their same time frame.
I don't think, honestly...
The Weeknd, I forgot about them.
In today's world, a band like Queen...
No, I'm saying you keep them in their era.
I don't think that it would have mattered. It would have been different. I don't think a band like Queen would have blew up.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I was just saying in their era, but, like, give them the social media outlet part of it and how much they would blow up even more.
Yeah, seeing Julia says that she's enjoyed the Jonas Brothers album. It's good.
Yeah.
They kind of shed that whole like kid image, and now I guess they've more matured as musicians and stuff.
Now.
They've been doing it, not with each other, just on their own time.
Yeah. Man, what a show today.
I don't know. There's some people that I think
I would be shocked if Post Malone didn't get up there.
I feel like he's going to be relevant for a long time.
But you got to think about all the rappers that have died, like Juice WRLD.
That is a bold statement. He says The Weeknd is this generation's Prince.
I 100% agree, and I'm not gonna lie.
That is. I'm gonna need to wait for a few more years to go by.
There is people, like I said. I mean, with the new album,
I'm not hating on him.
With Blinding Lights, like, so that song has blown up everywhere. Now, do I think that The Weeknd makes gold as well? He's kind of like Post. The Weeknd takes his time with his albums. Like, so we're gonna get this album now, but we might not get an album next year. We might get an album 2 years from now, maybe 3. Like, he takes his time, and the overall masterpiece of his videos. So his one Blinding Lights just came out. He uses so many iconic movie references throughout the whole video, and the way he does it, he will go up. 100%. Post Malone and The Weeknd, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. To call him this generation's Prince, though, I mean, Prince was
iconic.
Even
higher than iconic.
It's just like saying, like, well, they're going to be the next Michael Jackson, or they're going to be the next.
I consider that like God status.
Tupac or whatever. Like,
that's God.
Those guys are unique. There's never going to be another. And I would rather not be compared to somebody that was already great. I'd rather be great on my own.
Yeah, you want to be the next Weeknd.
Because we are going to be great on our own.
Yeah, those two nerds podcast.
Everyone is going to be talking about us 20 years from now.
Like and share.
30, 40 years from now. I don't know.
Hit the share button.
I'm going to do this. So I got Janet to watch The Hobbit.
Good choice.
And I started it the other night, and it was kind of late, and I kind of fell asleep. I typically do that. I turn on movies and fall asleep. So she missed maybe the first, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes or so. And then she stayed up and watched it. She stayed up till 3 a.m. and watched the whole thing. And then she's like, I kind of want to watch the second one now. And I was like, well, let's do that. So we watched it yesterday because I was kind of getting prepped for D&D. And
yeah.
Lord of the Ring and The Hobbits always get me prepped for D&D. So she watched it. We didn't watch the third one yet. And I was having a conversation with her. She's like, you're Gandalf. I was like, what do you mean? So the whole conversation that he's having at the very beginning of The Hobbit with Bilbo?
Yeah.
And Bilbo's like, good morning. And he's like giving him shit about how he basically said good morning. He basically questioned him 14 different ways from Sunday. She's like, that's you.
Are you good as in the morning
Did you mean as the morning is good or that I should have a good morning?
Yeah, no,
so I've decided that I'm going to get a Gandalf hat. I'm going to get a Gandalf robe. I'm going to let my hair continue to grow. And I'm going to just be Gandalf as I get old.
I like it. Wizard is never late.
She said she's going to get me a stick.
A wizard is never late nor early. He arrives precisely when meaning to. Nah, Gandalf, man.
The meme I sent you though about with Ian McKellen, and he was talking to the one guy about.
That was so funny.
That's a great meme.
I am Gandalf.
You are this generation's Cheech and Chong with less weed.
I like it.
I think I'm offended.
How much Cheech?
Cheech was the only one that did anything worth a damn in his career. What's that say about me? I gotta be Chong?
Yeah.
How about we be Laurel and Hardy? Nah. I think we'll be the first Nictus and Vera coach.
So, but thank you guys. That's probably going to wrap
I think we're
up.
done. We're done for the day. We came on with nothing. We stretched this out for an hour and a half.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. We have nothing planned because nothing's going on in the damn world right now.
Well, stay safe, guys. Seriously, keep sharing, keep liking. Keep playing Animal Crossing. I know more and more people are buying it.
Oh, the Bunny Day event closes today, so if you're tired of all the damn eggs, just wait till tomorrow and they'll be gone.
Yeah.
So
stop catching them. But thank you guys all so much. Episode 36 is in the books. We love you guys so much, and we appreciate all the support. You guys are very active today in the chat, and you guys made it a lot easier on us. So we appreciate the new people that came in.
Thanks all the newest people that actually came in and commented and didn't just lurk. So Tammy, Megan, who else came in?
I think so.
Villain,
Jason,
Janet, Julia. Everybody that came in, we love you guys.
We love you.
Love you.